Will you be bringing anyone to your father's retirement party later this month? Janet tapped her cigarette over the ashtray. You haven't forgotten, have you? Ellen pictured Jesse's upper lip curling away from his gums as he whimpered his way through orgasm. I hadn't thought about it. Miriam Cavell tells me that you and Jesse have been seeing an awful lot of one another. I'm going to break it off. Janet raised an eyebrow. Is there someone else? Ellen curled linguine around her fork. It's a simple question, Ellen. No, there's no one else. Janet exhaled through her nose. Then I just can't understand why you do something like that. It's foolish. She sipped her drink, leaving a fragmented mouth print on the rim of the pale red. It's very foolish. I don't like him, Mother. What's that got to do with it? Marriage is a job, Ellen, a career. You find someone, you settle down, have his children. Stop basting yourself in chemicals in that sweatshop. Mother, I like my work. You're 30 years old, Ellen. Another drink. A little rivulet of liquid winded its way down Janet's jaw. When are you going to grow up? I'm 33, Mom. What happened to your hand? Janet screeched, seizing hold of Ellen's wrist. Ellen looked down at her bandages. Oh, you're mutilated, Janet turned as the waiter approached with another gin and tonic. She's mutilated! Ma'am, said the waiter, taking her empty glass with an expression of nervous alarm. It was just an accident, said Ellen, annoyed. She didn't like feeling like a side of beef on her mother's cutting board. Not that her mother cooked. Celery sticks and cottage cheese, Weight Watchers and deal meal. A film strip slipped out of a clamp and cut my hand. It's already healing. Jesse's very important in Mayor Koch's office. He's special assistant to the mayor. Someday he might hold his own office. A senator. Maybe mayor someday. Someday marriage? Ellen's skin crawled. Janet's thin-lipped smile showed through teeth. A house? Cigarette smoke. Dragon's breath. The smell of her mother's Belmonts, imported from Canada, where Janet and her mother and sister had lived after the war, was suddenly nauseating. Ellen averted her eyes from her plate. The greens looked like old dead skin, leprous and rotting. That was from Gretchen Felker-Martin's Black Flame, the book we are currently reading here on TECHNOPOVERTY. Hi, I'm Henry, going solo tonight. Typically, I am here with my co-host Jacob. It seems I've also been abandoned by Barnabas. She was in the background up until, I guess, I started reading. And the projector's being buzzy. But TECHNOPOVERTY is an excuse to read video games, play books, bounce the two off each other with you here in the chat, and just talk about what it makes us think about in our contemporary context, culture, what's going on currently in the news, and hey, how are you doing tonight? I noticed we have Cursed Mantis, who is new here. I see Jaw is here, Crudler Nugs, D. Hamels Mammal, L-Man, we got 3-2 probably lurking in the back somewhere, all our friends and regulars. Just to catch you back up, I was reading from Black Flame by Gretchen Felker-Martin. What I was describing, there was a conversation between Ellen and her mother. As I told you prior, Ellen has she works in film restoration. The year is 1985, and she's restoring a lost piece of queer cinema that the Nazis held on to for quite some time. And because she herself is self-loathing about her own queer sexuality, she is a lesbian in the closet, or she had a prior relationship with a trans girl that she's kind of buried in her past. The movie's awakening uncertain feelings in her, and at the same time, the movie may be something of great evil. She cut her hand on it, and yet it doesn't seem like it was stained with her blood. In fact, it may have restored the negative, which seemed badly damaged, but curiously enough, she has this film, again, it is a lost queer film that the Nazis were going to burn, except a Nazi kept it stashed with a bunch of other queer memorabilia. They found it. What they're restoring now is a negative and several archive copies. The strange thing is that Ellen discovers these archive copies look very fake and hokey, but then the negative itself seems very real, and it terrifies her. I did say last time with the blood and the differences in the print that it seemed like there may be some supernatural elements coming in. She does seem to see characters from the film in the periphery of her vision as she's having her little anxiety attacks and her panicky moments of her messed up adulthood life. However, I think something was introduced this past reading that may still veer it into, well, is it all in her head or is it really happening? I'm going to read one more piece and then we'll get back to Pipistrello, but thank you for joining us. Also, I had a bit of a slow start starting today, both because Jacob's gone, but also because a comment on the YouTube channel, the VOD for our previous Pipistrello session, pointed out some stuff as far as the furry thematics, the animal ecology, the food chain stuff going on, the fruit thematics that are going on in the game. I'll talk more about it when we actually start the game. I'm going to say I think I'm transforming into a bat based on the name Pipistrello being Italian for bat. I'll talk more about it when we get there. Also, chat, let me know if this projector is being unbearable. I can go to a text screen before I start the game proper. I'm going to continue on with Gretchen's words, though, because they're wonderful and beautiful, and I'll say more about that. I'm not being facile here. I'm not being superficial. Like, I do really love the sense of economy Gretchen's books have. They're all kind of short, and they get to the point, and they compound a lot within what is said and what is done. There's a lot of haptic, felt, visceral detail. "This isn't it," said Feldman. She straightened, frowning. "It's the show print," said Ellen. She hadn't wanted to bring the negative. Her injured hand throbbed just at the thought of it, those cold black serpents coiled and waiting for her at the back of the brickworks. "Wait, what do you mean?" "You know what she means." Feldman gave Ellen an inscrutable look. "You've seen it?" Ellen's hand shook. The ice in her drink tinkled against the cut glass. "Seen what?" "The other film," said Feldman. "The real one." Ellen let out a bark of laughter, but what she'd meant to sound was incredulous instead of a ghastly titter, verging on psychotic. She took a hasty gulp of her drink and swallowed wrong, spluttering and spilling most of the rest of it down in front of her shirt before she could clear her airway and collect herself. "It's not real," she wheezed, fumbling her handkerchief out of her jacket and dabbing at her soaked shirt. She looked idiotic, an ugly woman playing dress-up in her father's clothes. It'd been a mistake to come to Feldman's apartment. "I mean, what do you mean it's real?" "Bartok made the same film twice," said Feldman. "Once on a soundstage in Prague, then again, later in the same year, at his mother's ancestral castle in northern Romania. He had inherited it just a few weeks before the shoot, and he was arrested there by an SS officer 2 days after he completed the editing. The local burgher tipped him off. As far as anyone knew, that was the end of the Baroness. Both cuts were with Bartok when he was taken. Before the recent rediscovery, I knew of only 2 segments to have survived, a 3-second sequence of Medinascu levitating, and another 22 seconds of Ilya Kappelberg climbing the steps of Hastow. That's the castle. Strange, but not out of the question for a notorious perfectionist. The only thing is, he was out of money." "The castle?" "Oh, he tried to borrow against it. I saw the records when I was in Hungary in '78. No bank would touch him. No, when he shot the second version of the Baroness, he was selling his family's furniture just to keep the lights on. So why does a man with nothing left to his name, a man who knows it's on Goebbels' blacklist, facing arrest if he sets foot in Germany or Austria again, reshoot a movie he just finished making? How does he do it? I don't know, maybe one of the actors, circus trash, burlesque performers. Roma with no papers, no family. They had less than Bartok did." There was a light in Feldman's eyes that Ellen didn't like. "You have it," said the critic. "The second film. I want to see it." So, I mean, on one hand I say, oh, this might just reduce it back to like, well, maybe Ellen is just being neurotic in imagining these characters she keeps seeing on the periphery because she's seen both films and she was weirded out by the dissonance and thought it was haunted. And this is a secular explanation for it. But at the same time, people are levitating and a lot of weird shit's happening in that movie that looks real in the negative. So I'm wondering where it's going to go. All right. I'm going to actually go to the tech difficulty screen for a moment before we start up Pipistrello here, just because whatever your feelings are on the projector chat, I'm a little annoyed by it. So we'll be right back. Give me just a moment to pull up the tech difficulty screen. All right. And we are back. Let's see where we left off. All right, so chat. Jacob and I were doing voices last time. I'm going to stick to the bit. Let's see how this goes with my untrained voice. I think there's an interesting aspect to this game. It's very bare bones so far, but being the Nepo baby of the corrupt oligarchs of the town, I'm curious what dark secrets I'm going to find out about my family. And in the same way, there's a whole other aspect of Black Flame I haven't been talking about, which is Ellen's working for the man. Okay, right, I just arrived at the mall here. Welcome, friend! Don already extends his warmest welcome to you and hopes all your shopping needs are fulfilled. Remember to check your map to get if you get lost, friend. All right. Okay, right, I can deflect bullets. Here's the map. I need to open those 4 doors from what I remember. There seems to be an upper level. Let's get into it, classic Zelda style. What's your deal? Please try not to break anything. I'd have to pay for it out of my own pocket. Okay. Dear customer, feel free to use our battery testers before you make your purchase. Right. Throw, bounce, bounce, go. Oh, my cord does something to him? Neat. Okay. Wow, 3-2, 100 stream streak. Thank ya, and Hadouken. Oh. All right. Oh yes, alright. So if Pipistrello is bat and the bees are the cops, this is something the Esteban Rodriguez, one of our frequent YouTube commenters, was pointing out. It's like a fruit bat in opposition to the honeybee, like both going after flowers for nectar. Oof. I just think this game has a very well-considered art design. Also, how do I get rid of the cars? Can I knock them in the water? Cool. My issue is I'm in debt to my cousin. So I don't have full health. Oh crap. I was doing real good that time too. Yeah, 3-2, nothing has consistency. I'll say more about that once I get through this particular board, but I was going to talk about just even in best case scenario, is climate change going to still just irrefutably restructure our society? In that case, why are you even worried about what the S&P 500 is? Ah, okay. Are you talking about in terms of the general labor you're doing 3-2? Oh, the heat waves. Yeah. That has consistency, the rising tide. I feel like I should be managing those guys with my multi-hit attack. Oh, I can throw that car at people, eh? Yeah, because 3-2, I saw something about the Halo remake devs laying people off already. That's just the natural cycle of video games now. Just the expected operation of the economy. It has to be just like a racket. Everyone's trading off the same pool of recently laid off devs. I want to figure out a way to work in, there's a book that came out recently, The Veiled Prophet by Daniel, I believe it's Daniel Shea O'Sullivan. He has a name that sounds like other names in a way that it makes it hard to stick for me, but I know the name of the book's The Veiled Prophet, but it's about secret societies. I bring up secret societies because I'm talking about, you know, employer collusion to keep, you know, just the same pool of adrift talent. Because The Veiled Prophet is about the history of secret societies in St. Louis. The author's been going on podcast recently doing interviews. I heard him on Chapo. But it is just like, those kind of things are the way the ruling class organizes, as opposed to like unionization or political organization. I mean, it's political organization by another name, of course. Debutantes balls and such. Oof. Alright, gotta break up the big guys. Yeah, Ja, look it up. I would if I had Jacob on the site. You know, format change tonight, but I can talk about it in a little. It's a tradition I didn't even realize happened. It seems more southern than like Texan. It seems more eastern, southeastern. I mean, yeah, it's just like kind of a collective ceremony put on by the regional ruling class to kind of come together, socialize, cross-reference notes, live out their Game of Thrones fantasy, you know. The regional barony. Alright, it's probably better to focus on breaking up the big guys, because the cards are pretty manageable. Oh, just like that. Okay. I did it for money. All right. I'm no longer in debt to my cousin. Oh. Okay. Okay. I thought I had to get them all with like one yo-yo stroke, but no.
Really, that was that whole little wing. Nice. Sensible. Basic Zelda language, but hey, it works. I did want to bring up earlier when I was reading it, whenever I read more horror-ish stuff here on the chat, I do feel like Garth Marenghi. If you know Garth Marenghi and frequently use the subtext GIF, the Garth Marenghi, I know authors who use subtext and they're all cowards GIF. You've probably used that in many instances when watching stuff with your friends or going through popular narrative fiction. And I hope you realize over time that that means you can just say the thing in your stories. You can just go for it. All right, cuz, what can I get in debt for? Yo, Pippin, I see you're paying all your debt off. The upgrade is yours. The negative effects have been removed. What can I do for you, Pippin? I don't think we gotta read every shop interaction necessarily. Increase the attack power of charge moves. Roses won't drop from enemies, so I can't go hit. Oh, she's just doing that for everything. Life restored upon retrying a room +1. I can do Wild Instincts, yeah. I want that critical attack. All right. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do the shop noises. Good to see you, Mr. Pipistrello, sir. I will do that though, yeah. Yeah, that's worth it. Damn, that sucks to hear 3-2. Is it a big, like, is it a noticeable deficit monthly? Would it be a matter of more hours, or is it just generally the wage needs to be raised? All right, next key, let's go. Why isn't this charging station working? I gotta go home ASAP. I can fix that for you, pal. Give me a moment. Cool. I forgot the basics of deflection. Oh yeah, that's insane, 3-2. straight up cost of living. Oh. Oh, that's a lot of dudes. Yeah, oh man, I've exhausted my emergency spending as far as like car repairs and moves go, and so it's been a bit rough. I mean, I too have that question, how do people who aren't like, I don't have kids, I don't have a partner, I have enough like work in like different pots plus like service work to fall back on to where like I'm keeping afloat, but I am juggling. Is it possible to... Can't bring any from here, that's what that barrier is, right? Yeah, okay. All right. Dang. Okay, that's cool though. Okay. I think I have an idea of what to do. Concepts of a planner forming. You know, that concepts of a plan line got the meme, the shit memed out of it, but it's not too far off from the other party's whole We'll put together a task force to do some research and take a survey on what could be done and brainstorm 5 possible action plans to be deliberated on at a further time. Like, that's the concept of a plan as well, is it not? Alright. I'm not quite sure why I'm so compelled to do this, but I mean, it's there to be done. I just don't know where the 3rd battery comes from. Maybe across the way, let me go see. Cool, cool, cool. Mall cops. Is there not a battery around here I can steal? You come with me. I gotta say, this is more enthralling as far as like a thing that I feel is optional, whereas the Zelda thing, I don't know, the formula for Zelda itself has become so the same. Oh, you fixed the charging station. Thanks, bud. Here's something for you. This is actually my problem with like A Link to the Past. I mean, it set Zelda on this trail they didn't really rectify until they got to Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild's a great rectification of this, although Majora's Mask is a good exception to this, where like, it became too honeycomb, too compartmentalized as far as like, it was clear you needed X amount of heart pieces, there were gonna be X amount of bow expansions. It was just very much clearly like everywhere on the map there was a square peg and a square hole that you were going to match. Like A Link to the Past, the way that game like turns bombable walls into highly visible objects, whereas in the original game, bombable walls are a mystery. It kind of simplifies the adventure aspect into a checklist or a chore list. This is not doing that. Like, yes, I got a heart container out of that, but I was also just kind of compelled by like, well, what does happen if I free this guy or I help this guy? Great motivation through, like, it adds a little bit of character. Like, this guy's not like a fully, you know, treed out protagonist of the story or anything, but like, his presence contextualizes the actual Pavlovian responses and ticks the game gets you going with, and compels you into being like, well, what happens if I keep going? Is he gonna drive out? Are we gonna be treated to a nice little animation? All right, I should be going for these other areas next. Although I suppose, did my debt get paid off? Yeah, let's go get back in debt to our cousin. That's how the American economy keeps going, baby. Loans. Yeah, shop interactions I'm not gonna do the constant thing with. I can't wait to do the aunt voice though. That's the only one of Jacob's I kind of actually remember. Small knockback, attack power -1. I do want more badge points. Oh, you know what? Can I make more badges, cousin? Hey, cuz. Okay. Damn. I took out the worst loan, actually, because now I don't get any healing, but let's go to the 2 tougher, higher levels of the dungeon, I suppose. Nothing can possibly go wrong. Yeah, they don't drop anything now. Cool. Will there still be hearts on the map, I guess, is my question? Oh, is that a dungeon map? Oh, okay, okay. I can bring batteries in here too. Maybe I will. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Oh, 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 run, run, run. Oh, do those take away? Yeah. Okay. Next. Oh. Oh. Yes. Another pedal container. How many do I have now? 6. 2 more. It understands like attacks not just for combat purposes either. Like this is a whole reflex-based, just fun time. It does remind me of like the Link's Awakening side quest where there's like fishing and like the claw machine and just kind of like it's not just like the archery range. Yeah, Abdul Al-Sayed won that primary. I'm wondering when Ken Paxton and Tellarico are going to have a debate. It doesn't seem like Paxton wants to. Oh, cool, cool, cool. There's a battery chart as well. Infinite yo-yo bounce, all right. But yeah, Ken Paxton wants to ramble about low T and trans people and talk a bunch of shit on the trail. But he'll only answer your phone if you're a pedophile. Ooh, okay. Let's go get another battery. I do think the Syed, well, we'll see how they play against Syed in the general, because like all they really seem to be doing is saying he's an online extremist and trying to tie him to like Hassan Piker. Oh no. Okay, there we go. Cool. And I think I was critical of Ratner, but I did say that, you know, part of his primary win was proof that like voters don't care about the grievances that like the DNC kind of advisor class push as far as what their candidates prioritize. You know, Haley Stevens flailing with the whole "the cool kids are talking about us" thing. Okay. Gang, we're spending a lot of time at the mall today. Do you want to earn amazing prizes? Play games in the arcade and get tickets. We've got 3 tiers of prizes. Aim for the stars. They make us say that. I would like all these prizes. That looks like a badge. Looks like we got a save point here. What's up? Oh. I'm thinking too much Zelda because I was like, I got the dungeon map. But no, yeah, let's build this badge. Damn, look at that animation. Well, yes, I would like to equip the fist badge. I also have like no money. Dang. That's a lot of points. Yeah, I don't need the post-battle durability if I'm just wrecking fools. Alright. I'm still paying off that one. Okay. Fisto, he fists people. Oh, L-Man. L-Man is referencing Masters of the Universe, which we watched on our Discord on Tuesday? Yeah. I endured the first half, but that back half was just noise. I was trying to appreciate what I could with it, but that back half was just noise. It most reminded me of the 80s Flash Gordon movie. I think that's the only Flash Gordon movie there is. There may be like actual, well, like there's the actual serials from the 40s and 50s, but dear customer, we're not responsible for injuries sustained in our shooting gallery. Don't forget to have fun. I summoned my disc in defense mode. I wish we knew how to play this game. That's great. Oh, this guy's not even talking. This Eagle kid's beating up this pinball machine, damn. Oh, that's cool, the DDR pads actually match up. Okay, let's see what this shooting gallery has going on. Just hop over the bullets. Okay. Come closer, win a bronze ticket. It's an easy peasy course. All ages can play. Yeah, I just, yeah. Cool, cool, cool. Oh, that's not cool though. What does that bronze prize ticket do? Maybe I go redeem it for something in a moment. Okay. Okay, yeah, it's following me. Wow, that was fast. We definitely should increase the difficulty before we run out of tickets. Okay. Yeah, that's the plain and safe. I will have to adjust the HDMI connection because that is very inconvenient. If it wasn't trying so hard to like crutch itself on being intentionally campy, L-Man, I'd give it maybe a bit more leeway. But yeah, if it was a tight 90 and just kind of had a little bit of like weird pacing stuff, sure, whatever. But yeah, that back half is noise. I also think if that movie came out in like 2009, it would have really been just like huge for a right-wing audience, because so much of that movie's like the lead dude's just like a guy with an office job that he hates. It's like very like Fight Club played straight. It's a guy with it's a white dude with an office job and he hates it, and he's like, geez, isn't real life boring, everybody else? Isn't it too easy? Don't you feel like you need a call to adventure? Doesn't the real world just feel so boring and safe right now? Okay, so I don't need to hit all the switches to unlock the door. I can take it slower. Alright, I need to lock into this combat. But I bring the 80s Flash Gordon movie to mind because in that movie, Flash is also just a mulleted blonde guy who's just nice. Like he's a very like golden retriever like protagonist. And I think for some who Masters of the Universe really works for, it's that like simplicity of ethos and just kind of like neon action figure like embracing of like the cliche. Because it is, I mean, the He-Man toy line was like a set of action figures kind of operating on vibe and aesthetic in general, like, hey, you've seen this stuff on like the cover of like genre fantasy paperback stuff. It's like action figures for boys. And so there's a level of just like, yeah, you can make the super candy colored, super bright He-Man aesthetic, like it looks like a Roger Dean album at some points, and like I could take like maybe 70 minutes of that, but not 2 hours and 20 whatever or 40 whatever. I don't remember what the entire runtime was. I was talking with Jacob off stream about how, you know, the ending to Freedom Fighters it sort of just ended. And how, you know, He-Man is very much the same way, where like, the plot just really has to resolve now. But when you're trying to not have ideas going on, and you're trying to just be simple, but you're not really trying to think about it, when you're not taking it seriously, that you want to be simple, when you're just like, oh yeah, we'll just be simple, as a crutch to like not want to like think out what you actually mean by that, you get, you know, Freedom Fighters has no ideological underpinning overall. It doesn't know how to end itself. Oh boy, here we go. Finally. Oh man, I actually think this is what Brand New Day does right. Have you seen it? I don't mean that in like a sarcastic like way. Like that's how that sounded with that but. Because the thing is with superheroes is like you can still make them like that paragon of like, I have the one righteous trait that will never change about me. And you can still class a nice textured villain up against them and get something out of it. Yeah, I was surprised by it, L-Man, but what I bring it up because, yeah, the villain in that really operates off of the ethos of Spider-Man, the great power, great responsibility dynamic. That's like the serial engine to that, you know, character. We were talking about this with Fantastic Four, where all the characters are too shiny and just like cliche. They're all too nice. Brand New Day does have like a protagonist it permits to be like, you don't behave right. Like this is like asocial behavior. In a real, like, in what feels like more considered than what's usually done in those movies to show that the character's like flawed. He has to like introspect a bit and then use what he learns there to kind of like reason it out with the villain. And this isn't me even, I keep praising Brand New Day and it's like, it's just doing the thing right. Like you can do a blockbuster right and it doesn't like, it can still be a cliched thing, but like if you're hitting the fundamentals, it can still work. Let's open up this shortcut. Yeah, I want to win a golden ticket. Okay, you're up, new guy. All right, you're not allowed to jump in this game, so pay attention. Oh boy, the machine's starting. I'm out of here. I just... Okay. Could I have come in here before getting the deflect move? Fascinating. And we have a winner. Good job, kid. Enjoy your prize. I got a golden ticket. Yeah, and L-Man, it's about what you use the cliche for. We've been talking about like convention and the contract, like the genre contract with the audience, where, you know, if the audience understands a convention and the director uses that convention but then like furthers the point, this is what makes James Cameron's stuff work. You can boil down the component parts to cliches, but like, the cliches are at the start of the James Cameron movie, and then he keeps going and building on top of it. All right, let's redeem these tickets. Ding, 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 I smell a bronze ticket. Nice, enjoy your prize. Money, okay. Ding, 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 I smell a golden ticket. You're the arcade master. I have no words, enjoy your prize. You can cynically employ a cliche to be like, yeah, just shut up, don't think about it. This is how we get from point A to point B. Or you can employ a cliche and be all like, well, what does he mean by that? Or because it's suited for the situation and makes sense as far as like a causal effect of what's going on in the plot. I mean, to go back a bit, when we were in the Fall for the Future, we watched both Begonia and Save the Green Planet. Oh, come on. And I mean, those are the exact same story executed in two very different ways, and the particulars of those executions mean a whole lot. One is about getting into, you know, I feel Save the Green Planet, it's about making the grievance understood that these two crazy cultists believe. Like, the two cultists in Save the Green Planet are far more like slapstick and bizarre, and they're presented with like a very real cinematic texture that like gets you to like, it's the trick of cinema to get you to believe their story. Whereas post-COVID Begonia, like post-QAnon Begonia, the way we as an audience are receptive to the idea that people will believe crazy things really changes gears on like what the story's about or what the story prioritizes. Like, within the new cultural context, there's kind of like a new contract being made where it's like, okay, now the story, instead of being about conveying someone else's reality in a realistic manner, is about how everybody's reality is in fragments. Like, Begonia is very cool in the way the editing like splices people and compartmentalizes people. It makes everybody feel like individual in their own world, even though they're sharing the same location. And Save the Green Planet's just not thinking about that. This doesn't make like Save the Green Planet thoughtless or lesser than, it's just there's different priorities to both. Alright, we still gotta get that badge, and there was a silver ticket and like a whole little back area over here we'll have to fucks with. Yeah, okay. Right. Okay. Either way, got the money. Yeah, that is true. I also have a slight aversion to the word tropes just in general because I don't know if this is a millennial internet person thing, but TV Tropes Archive, I think, kind of put a bad taste in the mouth of many. But yeah, devices, tropes, common structures and conventions. I talk about feeling like Garth Marenghi, and reading Gretchen feels like a nice 80s grindhouse horror story. Not just because it's like set in the 80s, but because kind of like the ups and downs and the hills and the peaks and the valleys of the story structure. And it feels comfortable, but then within that comfort, it's like, well, I know this is what the metaphor is typically utilized for, or what the features of the device are typically aimed at. What's it aiming at here? And Gretchen is saying something. Gretchen is aiming it somewhere. There is a voice and vision at play within the story. Damn. Although that wasn't too bad, I was just hesitating. I need the bag, though. I don't understand. Okay. Yeah, Job, because I will go back to old originators of trope type stuff, and just even if it is a simple employment, it will be like, yes, this is wonderful. I'm reading Dragonlance books right now, which is kind of the first set of Dungeons and Dragons novels. But sometimes it's just fun to be like, oh shit, the Black Dragons are back. How are our heroes? How will the elemental evil be defeated? How will they stop this Dark Lord? Okay. Okay. This is nice. It's like a celebration of the last few rooms being such a pain in the ass. I thought I was gonna have to like deflect the bullets that were coming my way at the same time that I was firing them off, but no. Cool, all right. We got the silver ticket, gang. Jaw would like to see Body a Double Era De Palma direct Black Flame. I think, yeah. Was Body Double early 90s or late 80s? How do I best get out of here? This way. 84, okay. Yes. I mean, Black Flame takes place in 1985, so that's right there. Jod, you finished the book, correct? Ding, 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 I smell a silver ticket. You're a real gamer. Oh, that was uncalled for. Awesome, enjoy your prize. Wow, you've actually claimed all the prizes. I don't think anyone's ever managed to do that. Have this extra prize on the... No casino arcade would ever do that. Now I can just loiter about until we get restocked. I guess this guy isn't like an ideal, like, capitalist flunky, so there is that. The Anvil badge. Anvil badge greatly increases basic YOYO attack's power while on the ground, but decreases its speed and prevents its canceling with other actions. That's cool. Oh, and I don't have to actually pay to build it because it's not blueprints, it's badge. I'm starting to understand these systems, Jerry. Good to see you, Mr. Pipistrello. Let's see, what can we refine? Oh, I can't lower the cost on that guy. I can just make it stronger, eh? Anyways, I don't have money, cuz. Yeah, I'm out of debt. Time to go back in. A gamer, Surge. A gamer. Also, welcome, Surge. What do I want to go in debt for now? Do I want to increase my charge? I keep accidentally using my charge, but I would like to use it more because it does stop them cops in their tracks. I die a lot, so this one would be useful. Knockback. I do like that critical hit. I only have 480 bucks. I can't go into debt to my cousin right now. I'm too broke. I'm too broke to go into debt. I see that I have the Anvil badge, but it's too expensive. Yeah, you were on Black Flame before we started Freedom Fighters, Jaw. Okay. Well, the good thing is, I'm pretty sure Pipistrello is going to take longer than I thought, so I'm definitely going to get through Black Flame. I know Jacob's reading the audiobook. I'm actually slowing down my Black Flame a bit to see if we can kind of sync up on that. But then Lathe of Heaven afterwards. All right, we have one more zone to go in the mall. Let's see, let's go clear this wing. Sorry, kiddo, I'm cleaning all this spilled water right now. You better watch your step. Yeah, I can drown in that. Lahamas? El Hamas? Hello, sir. Welcome to El Hamas. Llamas. Okay, I'm so happy you're here. Ever since that Dawn M stand opened, we're not getting any clientele at all. Zero. Well, like, do you have products or services I could purchase? Yeah, Serge, if you want to hear Jacob do the voices as well, check out Night 1. Oh, damn, that line is huge. Bacon! Bacon! Burger, fries, soda. Chicken wings, chicken finger. Wait. I want to bathe in grease. Oh, you're just saying the bacon. You're a different guy though, right? Yeah, you have like sunglasses on. Bacon, burger, fries, soda. I'll take the chicken. Can I even... No? Okay. Alright, well, I'm gonna drown in water if I go that way, so let's just continue on. Who's looking at me through the surveillance cameras? I want to know. Cool. I'm so fucking up these deflections. There we go. I could have used the angles in that room better. All right. Oh, this guy looks like serious business. Upgraded my charged attack just in time. They like hit and run? Okay. Now I can get in debt to my cousin. Alright, wait, so I was just using the charge moves all along with the normal power, not the upgraded power. Okay. Does this mean I can't wear my... Yep, I'm not fisting it. Okay. Dear customer, pets are not allowed in the food court. Please utilize our free of charge pet lounge for your best comfort. We have to fight an animal. Oh? What are those? Oh, beetles. Staggy, no. Wait. Are they like, Staggy's got fresh food, toys, and he still runs away like that. Oh dear, have you seen where Staggy's gone off to? So like, wait, are they beetles with a pet beetle? Dear customer, ensure the safety of all pets. Please utilize this machine to remove any accessories before proceeding into the pet lounge's play area. Wait, what? Oh, they're gonna give me some kind of water gliding, aren't they? I don't know, I see like these angles are telling me something. Okay. Ouch! Pivot! You're just going to leave me here? I feel sorry for that beetle. The beetle? What about your poor disembodied aunt? You'll manage. Can I pick up this thing over here? No. Oh? Actually, I can keep this, right? Yeah. Nothing gets past those guys. Knock them in the water. All right. Oh. Cool. Oh. Oh, Staggy, you found him. Yeah, you need to take a big... Yeah, I get the picture. Anyway, thank you. Here's a little something for your troubles. I don't know what voice I'm giving these stags. Hey, did you notice that? What, is that a trick question? Gee, kid, sometimes I worry I'm the one who got all the brains in the family. Come get me out of here. Finally, my sciatica was killing me. Oh, me too. I know that feel, Auntie. Anyway, listen up. Did you notice that the animal, the name's Staggy, Auntie. Fine. Did you notice that Staggy was able to run over the water? I'm pretty sure you can mimic that with your yo-yo, or should I say, my current body. Hey, that's not such a bad idea. Of course it's not. It came from moi. Come on, give it a try. You can now walk the dog. Of course. Wait, my aunt's the dog? Nice. Okay then, let's get this last key then. So there's the throw and there's the walk. And you can angle. All right, all right. I keep bringing up Zelda, but it does remind me of the running boots from Link's Awakening. Complimentary. Okay. Oop. This isn't even a combat scenario. Okay. so I can't toss it. Okay, okay. Oh, who is this fucking guy? Alright. Hold her up there, partner. Wow, it's the food bandit from the commercials. That's correct, kid, and I've still got my original nacho gun. Yeehaw! Sorry to rain in on your prey, but the boss has told me to put an end to your rodeo. So make yourself comfortable and enjoy the food. This is my secret recipe. Okay, no, don't use your new power to go straight into him. It is not that kind of a Zelda. Alright, we're gonna skip through this. That's correct, kid. Got my yeah, sorry to pray. Well, told me your main secret recipe. Alright. Oh. Oh, you are mean though, yeah. That wasn't too bad. Where is the key? Finally. Alright, gang. I see that the camera battery is blinking. We may cut to an abrupt break time in a moment. If not, here we go, perfect. The camera may die if I don't make it to my cousin's safe house. No, let's see, perfect. Here we go. Gang. We're almost through this dungeon. We're halfway through the night. It's getting about that time to stand up, stretch, smoke a figado, be kind to your skeleton, rehydrate. We're going on break. I'm gonna go pet Barney for a moment off screen. This is TECHNOPOVERTY. Be back in a moment. Hello, welcome back to TECHNOPOVERTY. Let's get to it. Let's figure out what's under this mall. Also, I looked it up. I mentioned to Jaw during the break. The Book Graveyard did an interview with Paul Giamatti. It's a big old long video. I have it posted there in the chat. Let me pin that link actually. If you're watching this post-fact, just look up the Book Graveyard, Paul Giamatti on YouTube. You'll know what I'm talking about. It's very clear what it is. But yeah, we may watch the 1980s PBS adaptation. Right, I can run across water now. Of The Lathe of Heaven when we get around to The Lathe of Heaven, which will be after Gretchen Felker-Martin's Black Flame, not Manhunt. Manhunt's wonderful. Black Flame has been extremely good. I'm not saying it's lesser than, or that's not a comparative with Manhunt. They're both good. I'm just not done with Black Flame. I don't know what the conclusion is. I don't know if it sticks to the landing. We'll see if it makes me feel things as Manhunt did. Do also want to shout out, I didn't realize, or I did realize, it's just, I'm happy it's here. Teenage Sex and Death at Camp Miasma comes out this week, the new Jane Schoenbrunn movie. Channel regulars will know I'm a huge fan of I Saw the TV Glow and We're All Going to the World's Fair. Secret frying oil plant. Oi, Pippet, I think we're on the right track. Look at this place. There are giant open pools of frying oil. I don't think they're abiding by any safety code. Grrr, ooh, I'd do anything for a bag of fries right now. Pippet, focus. We still need to track down Don Moretti. Then we can go for a Don M's Mega Burger? Only after the Mega Battery's retrieved. Get on to it, Pippet. Okay. There's even a sewer here. Okay. The sewers go everywhere, it seems. I just wanted to save. You boy. Are you here for order number 481? 2 Don M's Mega Burgers and a large bag of fries? No. Although, ooh, could these, oh shit, that's grease. Let's not fall in there. I wonder if I could carry if I could carry the burger all the way, would this satiate the side quest, dude? That Mega Battery was a real game changer, don't you think? Yeah, everyone's been zipping around fulfilling orders. This place never looked so lively. Though these 36-hour shifts are starting to hit me hard, bro. Go home. Ack, wake up. Watch the oil temperature levels. Right, I can just do this now. They really want me to actually utilize doing that. Oh, okay. You really think you can see? You really think I can't see you running around wreaking all sorts of havoc? He's in Sector B1A. Don't let him escape. Oh yeah, I can run over the hot grease too as an obstacle dodge. See, the part that's not Zelda about this that I really like is how frantic the combat gets and the amount of mobility options you have as far as that goes. See, shit. Oh. Damn, I thought I fooled the camera for a moment there. Oh well. All right. Oh, I can just do this. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Yeah, I have enough mobility options now that I can run on water like that, to where the rooms, up till now I've been fighting against the rooms. Now I can use, like this particular layout I was using in my favor against those mobs. Okay, that's a nice inversion, that's good design, fuck. Hell yeah. And see that guy bouncing? Yeah. Enemy showing you how to do the thing. All right. There's some stuff taken in here, guys. Yeah, I could have. Yeah. Okay. I'm curious if there was any kind of bonus for clearing this room. It seemed like there was something like that at play earlier. No? Okay. Okay. North or south? Oh, is this one of those? Yeah, no grandma challenges. No auntie challenges, I mean. That was really it, huh? Okay. I mean, it was money. Cool. All right. Checkpoint. All right. Seems like we're squaring the circle. Oh yeah, this looks like a big combat zone. And my debt was paid off. Wow. All right. Okay. The boss really knocked it out of the park this time, right? With such high demand for our products, we're sure to get incredible raises. Raises? You dare say the R word while on duty? The boss wouldn't just keep all the extra cash for himself, would he? Would he? Would he? Would he? Fools. Auntie, what do you know about capitalism? Tell me. Yeah, time to get back in debt. Back to the debt mines. I hear you need me to. I hear you want to sell me some money. I do just want more BP in general. Oh no, not my signal. Knockback, special knockback. How much money do I have? 924, okay. I once again don't have any money to go in debt, but I think I'm about to end this dungeon, maybe? I shouldn't say that. I have no idea what the schematic is here. I'm just going way too hard off of Zelda knowledge. I want a hill. All right. Okay. The angles, all right. Okay, so that's just straight up a black hole. Got it. but that works.
Okay, I thought I had to avoid it entirely, but no. Ha, damn. Why howdy, partner. Too many nacho slinging cowboys around here for my liking. Am I supposed to just eat it? What is the logic of this room? I have not yet divined it. There we go. I'm glad they give you checkpoints in the dungeons, if I should be classifying as that. $8.99, what can I get for me? Yeah, why not? I'm always in dire situations. Let's get in debt again. The contract begins.
Nice. One more. Life points do feel like they make a huge difference here. I don't think I've ever panicked for my health in a Zelda game since, like, Majora's Mask. No, none of the 3D ones have ever really made me feel that. Zelda 2. Oh boy. Very Dark Souls-like tension to Zelda 2. Alright. Look at that little twerp swirling around all smugly. I'm gonna get him good this time. Watch this. You know I can hear you, right? Billy, you left the mic on again? Don't you worry to try to smart mouth me. Did your late auntie teach you any manners? Anyway, you just stepped right into my trap. Say hello to my industrial strength meat grinder. We'll be adding a limited run of bat burgers to tomorrow's menu. Okay, so he is directly a bat. I thought he was a mouse for some reason. Maybe I just didn't pay attention to details enough earlier. Okay, that doesn't work, that doesn't work, that doesn't work. All right. So I'm a bat who has yet to learn to fly. Got it. Phew. Oh. Nope, I'm in debt, and I don't think I have. Oh, wait. I need a lot of BP, damn. I'm not the Gulf of Mexico. She broke for that. Okay. This is like an exit. Is it a no return? Oh, no, okay. Cool. All right, chat, I'm gonna do one thing really quick. I'm gonna go to the technical difficulties screen. I just wanna ensure the HDMI cable isn't going to fall out on me or do any more flickering. As I had said before, I look like I'm right at a boss. I don't want that to surprise or frustrate me. I'll be right back. Let's see what awaits us in this very ominous room. Oh, yes. Don Moretti. So, I see nothing's able to stop you, huh? You've managed to invade my hideout, and now you've found me. Failed mall owner and junk food overlord, Don Moretti. The Pipistrellos, You're all such a bunch of hard-to-kill pests, aren't you? Hey, what's your beef with my family? When that lunatic old bag was still in charge, she kept my beloved Plaza Rockfort on the brink of bankruptcy. Oh? Your aunt was squeezing every penny out of us with that noxious energy tariff. Oh? On top of that, the customers weren't buying as much. The stores were closing down. My bills were stacking up. Then it hit me. I didn't need to provide bear services. I just needed a fresh, new addictive thing that would get the whole city hooked in. I'm glad to declare that the Mega Battery's been a tremendous help in my new endeavor. So, like, she literally was top of the chain in the city, forcing the rest of the hegemons to follow whatever dictates. Damn. Yeah, these, oh wow, okay. The petite bourgeois were mad. The amount of energy it provides is enough to heat frying oil to never-before-seen degrees. This ultra-hot oil is able to instill the most irresistible addictive flavors into my food. I've already gotten the whole neighborhood craving my products, and soon I'll be unstoppable. If you just make them addicting, everybody will want to buy it all the time. I'll have this whole country eating out of my hands. But you Pipistrellos, you don't share my vision, do you? I'm afraid I'll have to deal with you now. No more of this little cat and mouse game. Prepare yourself, for I'll turn you into a chicken nugget with my bare hands. Let's go, dude, you got a bar. All right. Yes. Yes. All right. Arg! I won't go down so easily. Okay. I need to hop over those balls. Oh, thank God, they didn't do all the dialogue again. Alright, you won't go down so easily. Oops. Oof. Damn, I should have just kept deflecting. Fries up! You! I'm turning you into sauce! Damn, into sauce, you say? Oh, I can just jump over that. Okay. Oof, oof, oof. Okay. Okay. No, that's not okay. Right. Angles, Henry, angles. Dang. Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Turn me into sauce. See if he turns me into sauce again. Oh? I can bounce outside the arena, eh? Auntie, are you a landlord? Gotcha. Ow, wow, 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 wow. No, not the world. Now the world will never know my deep-fried delicacies. Next time you should just pay your bills, you annoying rat. What? She's still... I'll haunt you till the day you pay up every last cent you owe me, Don Moretti. They're like a plague, a truly undefeatable plague. Whoa, Don Moretti, who are you talking about here? I don't know if I like your tone. The battery. Pivot, let's retrieve the mega battery now. Oh, I can beat the money out of him? Sorry, man, I'm in debt to my cousin. And I mean, if that's how my blood treats me. How long can this go? Wow. Don Moretti, I'm shaking you down. There we go, okay. Do 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 do. You recovered a mega battery. Hell yeah.
Fantastic job, Pivot. I'll be forever indebted to you, metaphorically speaking. Let's return to the safe house and find a safe spot to store it.
Oh, I opened up the new avenue, eh?
Way to go, Pipit. We've managed to recover the first mega battery. This should be the safest spot to keep them. Nobody outside the family knows about our safe house. Once we get the other 3 mega batteries, we'll find a way to fix this entire mess. You know, maybe none of this would have happened if you hadn't backed Don Moretti into a corner. People have barely been able to pay your exorbitant energy prices. That's Don Moretti we're talking about, Pipit. And this is business. Have you ever heard of a mall owner who can't afford the bills? Yes, actually, they're selling it all off to BlackRock. He rents all that space to the stores, for crying out loud. Plus, we provide a service for this city. Blast it, we made this city into what it is today. If he actually wanted to keep his business afloat, he should have planned for it. We're not a charity. And each second I stay in this incorporeal form is costing me thousands of dollars. Let's get moving, Pipit. Your allowance on the line, after all.
Damn, Auntie. All right. I'm still in debt. Yeah. Right. I don't know why I did that. Oh wow, they had the courtesy of not doing that at all during the actual fight. Wonderful. Thank you, machinery. All right, so where am I? Okay. Time to leave. Time to leave the mall. All right, I have, well, first off, the pigeon lady's here. Hey, what's up?
Ah, hello there, dearie. A little bird just told me the most peculiar thing. It appears the fast food frenzy that took over this neighborhood has hit a roadblock. It seems there's been yet another change to the recipe, likely to cut cost once again. Typical, isn't it? They lure us in with quality, only to sacrifice it later for profit. Comrade, I am with you. So hard, dog. And we gotta get rid of their space lasers, and we gotta make Taco Bell great again. Well, I wonder if they'll start using ratatouille as the secret ingredient next.
So I can just skip that body of water now. I could cross all those bodies of water there. Damn, okay. I don't remember what the deal was with these places over here, but I'm glad they're marked on the map. With exclamation points because I haven't investigated them. Oh, I can definitely get up here now. It seems I may want to go to the sewers. But there's the other dungeon. The next location we want to get to. Right, and there's that combat arena. Can't forget the combat arena. Alright, I want to go explore this little optional alcove. I kind of want the rest of tonight to just be that. My pigeons have picked up this useful tidbit. If you ever feel homesick, you can choose to return to the safe house from the menu at any time. Right. Is it just the last safe house visited? Anyways. BlackRock be like, yeah, what are you selling? What are you selling, landlord? That truck sort of like screech, and then it stops over like bam, and then it stops over everywhere like splash. That must have been an awesome sight. Totally. Yeah, I can just do this now. Yep. Right where I want to be. Just ate that. All right. What do we got here? Okay. Oh, okay. Why would I do that to myself? I got a BP point. Yep. I'm not able to equip more badges yet because the badges I like cost a lot. Cool, little check marks. Thank you for that courtesy game. It's not an N64 game like Banjo-Tooie where you may just never find all the stuff on the map. Or Spider-Man Web of Shadows with those damn tokens. Alright, let's get to a fast travel station. We're gonna start working towards the other dungeon. There we go. Oh. How do I get that hard tank? Oops. I need some kind of duplicating power. Is what I'm suspecting. Trying to remember, was Roquefort a character in the Count of Monte Cristo by chance? Are all these characters a reference to Dumas? Hello from Taxicabs United. Please select your destination. We want to go back to the source. There's Danglars. I think there's Mortisef. Edmond Dantes is the Count himself. Wait, what's that? Is that Pipistrello Industries? Huh. Roquefort's a type of blue cheese. Okay. How do I get that hard tank? I'd have to go back for it. Although fast travel's not that bad. Thanks again for the burger, dude. Hello from Taxicabs United. Please select your destination. We're going back over here because I want the. Let's finish the night by getting a full heart container. Why don't we do that? And then when we start off tomorrow or the next session, we'll be just in the wilderness. Okay, so I need to go to either the one below me. Yeah, we'll go one below me. Haven't gone this way before. Okay. Cool. Damn. Okay. I lied, we're getting more magic points. Or dying a lot until I'm broke. What happened? Do I go in debt or is it just game over? I wonder. Guess we'll discover. Okay, okay. Cool. I thought that was gonna be a lot trickier. More life, father. All right. Haha. Where did I return to? I'm also negative $420 in debt. All right, Rockport. Let's get back to the center of the map. So we got some extra BP points. We got some extra hearts. We completed a dungeon. We got a mega battery. We've learned a bit more about the Baroness, the film Ellen is restoring in Black Flame. My pigeons picked up on a useful tidbits. If you recover a traveling off-string yo-yo with your string, you'll briefly get an attack power boost. Okay. So there is reason to recover a ricochet. I kept letting it sit there. All right, gang, we're gonna let Pipistrello go to sleep. I'm going to go to sleep as well, calling it a night there. We'll be back Monday, 7:30 p.m. CST with more Pipistrello as well as more Black Flame. I plan on reading a bigger chunk of it this time around. Also got kind of overwhelmed with editing work today, so I didn't get to read as many pages as I wished to. But yeah, Jaw32, thank you for hanging. I know that, yeah, it seems like there's 6 other viewers in here right now. Y'all have been wonderful. Let's see if any of our friends are on to raid before we go away. How about that? Why, yeah. the Pixel Goblins are going. So you know what? We're gonna raid them as we go on out tonight. As always, check out Fight Opera, check out the Pixel Goblins, check out WizWorld Live, check out TECHNOPOVERTY on YouTube if you're curious about our older programs. We keep all the VODs up there. We're definitely going to watch The Return at some point, maybe Sunday, maybe before then. I do plan 3-2 and L-Man. I know you two frequently tend to be on the Discord when movies are around. Yeah, I may throw something on tomorrow afternoon, Friday that is. But stick around. There's going to be a movie club showing definitely on Sunday. I just don't know if it's going to be The Return or something else yet. I'm feeling volatile with my choices. It will still be something newish though, something from 2020, which has been the whole point of the Summer Scramble here. All right, the monitor is getting mad. It's telling me it's time to go. I'm going to fade on out to that bumper screen. We're going to raid on into the Pixel Goblins. Y'all take care.